Sophomore, Book 2, Chapter 10. You and your friends discover a new way to save the house, and it involves throwing a murder mystery party? I mean, I love murder mystery parties, but how are we saving the house? Chapter 10, get the party started. Hope it's good. You text your housemates and Gabriella for an emergency meeting, and soon you're all gathered in the living room with Raina. You turn to Raina, who rises from her chair and gives a nervous cough. I think I found a way to save your house. How? If this house was declared a municipal landmark by the Hartfeld City Council, the city will pay for all the repairs. I love this place. What's so special about it? Well, Enrique Vasquez was Hartfeld's leading literary figure, and a majority of his greatest works were written under this very roof. Ha! I could have told you that. Yes, you could have. Growing up with the writer must have been challenging, exciting. Gabrielle laughs wildly. That depends on your definition of exciting. He always preferred to write from experience. One year, he went a week without sleep for his novel about insomniac. When I was 10, he wrote a book where the hero ate nothing but liver and onions. You couldn't get the smell out of the kitchen for 6 months. That's intense. He was so dedicated. But Professor Vasquez's reputation would be enough to convince the city council to save his old house. Not by itself, but I found out that back in the day, Professor Vasquez was famous for holding elaborate salons and parties. Salons and parties? Whoa, the professor was a party animal? Wait, I never knew that. It must have been before I was born. Dad never did like socializing when I was growing up. As it turns out, your parents will invite local artists and creators from all over to discuss, share, and argue about their craft. Argue? That sounds amazing. All those artists together? I even found a police report when an officer had to break up a fight between two Pulitzer Prize winners and a Tony-nominated playwright. What were they fighting about? Were they Jean-Paul? I think it was Jean-Paul. Sartre's dismissal of Sigmund Freud was valid. Imagine it was their version of debating which Hollywood Chris is harder, Sartre or Freud, Evans or Hemsworth, Winters or what the Chris do I know? I don't know. Ultimately, Professor Vasquez made this house a literally hotspot. Had no idea, but I do still have questions. If this house becomes a landmark, are we still allowed to live here? Does that mean no more parties? What about Gabriella? Yeah, what about Gabriella? You look at Gabriella. It's your house. As much as we all want to stay here, you shouldn't have to give up instead of selling it. She won't be giving it up. If the landmark application is successful, the city will agree to buy it from her. She might not make as much as Mr. Delacroix's offering, but she still get fair market value for it. I'll be more than happy with that. Delacroix is a creep. On top of everything else, if this house becomes a landmark, Mr. Delacroix won't be able to touch it ever. Hot dog. So the house stays entire, gets the repairs that it needs, and becomes a tribute to my father? Gabrielle blinks back a few tears. This is perfect. Raina, have I ever told you you're my hero? Hell that thought. You still have to submit the application. After that, you'll need to present your case at a city council meeting. You need to put the house's historical significance and its importance to the community. Full disclosure, while I think we have a solid case, they might still reject it. Hey, it's a start, and now we have a plan, which is more than we had 5 minutes ago. Operation Save Our Shelter starts now. I'll start writing up the application. I can help with that. I want to make sure you guys aren't left out in the cold. I'll research some other Hartfeld artists to see if they can have any ties to the house. What about you, Luna? You break out in a smile and a genius idea pops into your head. I think I'd like to plan a party. Because non-stop parties. I get that having a plan is great, but is it really worth throwing the party over? Think about it. A party is just what we need. We'll be following Professor Vasco's footsteps. It'll win us support from the community. Would it? Would it though? I don't know. I only knew Vasquez as a solitary genius at the end of his life. But at one time he was a firebrand who brought the artistic community together. So we're not just preserving his legacy, we're resurrecting it, a forgotten one as well. What a wonderful idea. I fully approve as long as I'm invited. What sort of party did you have in mind, Luna? How about a murder mystery night? A party where everyone shows up in character and in fancy dress? And at the end of the night we have to guess who the murderer is? Like glue. And I can write it. To honor Vasquez's legacy, a literary themed get-togethers. Come in, what do we need to do? Well, we need invitations, decorations, on it. Me too. I can help out with the store and the rules for the guests. Good idea. If you guys handle the logistics, Zach and I will brainstorm and assign the characters. The fewer people that know who the murderer is, the better. Sounds like a plan. A few days later, you and Zach are pouring over the list of RSVPs. We haven't heard back from everyone, but all the usual suspects are in. Then we'll have to have an unusual mystery for them. I just finished writing the character bios. I'm still not sure who the murderer should be, though. Let me decide. I'll include it in the emails we send to our guests in advance, and I'll add a few extra details. That way you'll have some surprises too. Oh, thanks. Let's get started. A few hours later. So that's most of the guest list. Which role should I play? How about the Baroness? It's her husband who kicks the bucket, and you'll already be the hostess. I love that. Who else is still on the sign? Becca still doesn't have a role, so she could be the spinster. She's not going to be like that, or not going to like it. Hey, we're casting gets tight. Besides, it's the only role left, unless you like to be the spinster. I don't even know what that is. No, thank you. Zach checks the RSVP list. Oh no. What is it? I miscounted. The story you wrote doesn't have enough parts for all the guests. Hey, chill, I can be flexible. Tell me whoever's still assigned, and I'll write them their own role. Okay, let's see. Zach looks back down the RSVP list. I must have skipped over Anissa's name when I first went over the list. She still needs a part. We have Kaitlyn as the proper button-down secretary. Can you imagine Anissa as her flamboyant employer? She could be a starlet or opera singer, a real diva. I bet Kaitlyn would really go for it. I guess we'll make her someone else. I'm not exactly sure where they're at. I don't want to create drama. Well, not party-related drama anyway. So is that everyone? Looks like our guests aren't going to know what hit them. You and Zach put the finishing touches on your party plans to call it a day. A few days later, you and Abby head to the coffee shop. I'm really excited for the party this weekend. I love the role you wrote for me. Thanks, I can't wait to see everyone get in character. Sebastian? Did you say in character? You jump as you realize that Sebastian is ahead of you in line. Sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. We were just talking about the murder mystery we're having in a couple days. I heard about that. I heard things at the house. If you care so much, you could start by telling your daddy to back off. Actually, I have tried talking to him about your situation to no avail. I even went ahead and researched other areas in Hartfeld that would actually benefit from a new development. You did all that? I'm the reason you're all in this mess. Besides, I thought it would demonstrate my interest in the family business. But it backfired. My father thought I was trying to undermine him, and I lost my temper. We're no longer on speaking terms. Dang. That's not a problem. Especially, I'm sorry. I can't imagine how tough it must be to challenge a parent. I appreciate that you try to do this for us. I know I'm no closer to making up for what I did, but I'm working on not taking out my own frustration on others. Please let me know if there's any other way I can help. The group descends into a moment of unexpected silence. Sebastian clears his throat awkwardly. If I may, Abby, Taylor told me that you two have recently rekindled, sadly. I want to express how happy I am to hear that, sadly. And I want to apologize for trying to interfere. Taylor's a good man and a good friend. I'm sorry if I damaged things between you, sadly. To be honest, any damages are our own fault. We're working through our own issues together. Thank you, though. I'm glad to hear. I guess I'll be out then. See you around, Sebastian. Watch him leave as Abby orders her coffee. He seems to hold himself a bit lighter than before. Sebastian. And now the murder mystery party finally arrives, and you look through your closet with a familiar eye. If I'm going to play the Regal Baroness for this part, I better look the part. Dang. Dang. Or wear my regular duds. I could just stick with this, or I could look for something else. I don't think I have anything else that I could wear. I don't think so. What is this? Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I don't really have anything I could wear, honestly. What is this? Oh, I could wear this. Alden. Guess what I have to do. Let's go solve a murder. Does not look like a murder mystery. Most of the guests arrive by the time you're finished getting ready and are already milling about. You wait to get everyone's attention. Have liked to have welcomed you all to the party. I'm sorry to announce that my husband and our host, the bird, have just been murdered. And with all roads to our Chateau Snowden, the murder might still be in this very house. Yes! I encourage you all to keep a close eye out. Hopefully nothing else goes wrong. As the guests start to mingle, you make your way through the crowd and spot the butler speaking with the detective and the gardener. Hope you won't let a little murder ruin your good time. I'd like to serve your ladyship. It's most fortunate what happened to your husband. The detective puffs out a plastic bubble pipe. Doubly. Your kind thoughts are deeply appreciated. Why is, what was his name, Darren? He's just wearing his regular clothes. How did the Baron die? He was found in the library. Soon had this dose his whiskey with... What is that? Who would do such a thing? Well, you always fix his drink. The detective was the one who drank from him last. The gardener used it to poison garden pests. I'm sorry, Darren. What? But that's my job. Perhaps the gardener took it upon himself to exterminate the biggest pest of all. Man. Well, you certainly giving me something to ponder. I got my eye on you. You make your way to the other end of the room where the secretary and the war widow are discussing the murder of their host. Mind if I join you? If you must. The war widow snivels in a handkerchief. I'm so sorry you lost your husband. I know how awful it was to lose mine. I've been in such a state since hearing the news earlier. I have moments when I feel like I can't trust anyone. Perhaps you can't. Everyone's got secrets. Everyone. The secretary leads in conspiracy. I've heard that the Texas tycoon lost a fortune in a bad deal. It'd be hard to keep his mistress in pearls with no pocket change. Maybe I should start writing all this down. Do you have a pen I could borrow? No, I must have forgotten mine. How thoughtless of me. Yeah, thoughtless of you. Really? You had it on you early. Maybe you dropped it. Anyhow, I heard the gardener's been fooling around with another member of the party. I hope she doesn't lead into trouble. The gardener has a girlfriend? Who is she? Why wouldn't you tell me? But he's a gardener. Who is she? Not sure, but she couldn't be one to step or else she'd be recognized. The secretary interrupts her. Clearly, this is just some auto tittle-tattle. Tittle-tattle. Servants love to gossip. You're giving me some interesting things to think about. I must continue to make the rounds, but do enjoy yourselves. You keep your eyes peeled as you navigate the park, making sure your guests are enjoying themselves and aren't acting suspicious. You make your way over to where the Texas tycoon, the movie star, and the chaperone are talking. And what are y'all talking about? Begging your pardon, ma'am, but your husband was a real piece of work. Wow, harsh. I'm only speaking the God's honest truth. When the Baron divorced his first wife, he left her with nothing, nor her little girl neither. First wife and the daughter? What is all this? Ease up on the Baroness, Mr. Tycoon. She's a widow now. She deserves to know the truth. The man was a snake in the grass if there ever was one, after what he did to his wife and stepdaughter. He seemed to have a personal reason to dislike him. I'll say I do. He scratched my Rolls Royce on the way in the party. I have to buy a whole new Rolls Royce. It was you! You killed him! It's probably too obvious. Can you afford that? Where were you early this evening? Tell me more about the Baron's first family. I had to step up temporarily. That's convenient. A little too convenient. I had to step out and take a call with my business manager. Do you have an alibi? Sure you did. Oh, look, I think I see the professor waving to me. I'll leave you to it. You cross to where the politician, the professor, and the heiress are chatting over a glass of punch. And that was how I turned this in it. What did I miss? Oh, the politician was just telling us about his historical election win. We were all sad to hear what happened to the Baron. It's terrible thinking we might be sharing a room with the murderer. Have you heard anything that might help? As a matter of fact, we were just talking to the detective while examining the body. He found 3 vital clues. What sort of clues? A torn letter, a pen with no ink inside, and a scrap of white thread. Tell me about the torn letter. It was found in the Baron's hand. It reads, "You're going to get what's coming to you for what you did to." The rest was torn away. It appears the killer tried to pry it from the Baron's grip before they were caught. Okay, tell me about the empty pen. It's odd because my husband rarely used pens. He dictated almost all of his correspondence. It's even odder that there was no ink inside, not even an ink cartridge. Maybe that's how the killer smuggled the poisons of the Baron's drink. All they had to do was unscrew the nib and pour the fatal dose while the Baron wasn't looking. But tell me about the white thread. It was caught in the Baron's spring now, as if he'd been touched with someone before his death. Yes, a white satin thread from a coat, a glove, or a dress. With every clue, we get closer to finding the murderer. This is so much fun. I think Abby just stepped out of character for a little bit. The professor glances behind you. Incoming. You turn to see the Spencer heading straight towards you. Uh-oh, I hope Becca's not mad about being cast as a spinster. When you turn back, you discover the professor, politician, and heirs have all fled elsewhere. Wow, thanks, guys. No loyalty. Oh, come on. Do you surprise the Spencer greets you with a cordial hug? What a fabulous party, Baroness. You're not mad about your character? How am I be mad? I'm the sassy single lady. That's a great role to play. Heck yeah. She was really nice, kind of elderly. Please, back then you're elderly when you're 30. And being an overlooked spinster means I could get away with just about anything. The two of you walk over to where the pilot and the housekeeper are standing as they pick up the mystery. There are so many people here with motives. The Baron was the nicest guy. Dang, Rachel, you're a housekeeper? Yeah, but Poise is a pretty mellow way to go. How about this one? I want to see my enemies also peacefully. I don't know how to say that. Poison is hardly peaceful. It causes massive convulsions. Some victims literally die from exhaustion. And you know this how? I read through a pile of Agatha Christie novels research for the party. So I should stay in character. I mean, I happen to read one for no particular reason. I love planes. No particular reason, you say? For a suspicious pilot. Secretary comes over to mingle with your group. Did I miss anything? We were joking about the pilot being a murderer. I was joking, maybe she did do it. Me, but I love playing so much to risk boys. Maybe it's time to find who really murdered the Baron. You walk over to the center of the room and clink a spoon against your wine glass. While we all enjoyed a marvelous evening, we'll never be truly safe while a murderer walks among us. Which of our guests committed this terrible deed? Who is actually a monster beneath a pleasant mask? I suspect the spinster. I deduced that her hair is so big because it's full of secrets. And I mean that as a compliment. Oh, that's sweet. Who do you think it is, Baroness? I have no clue. I have no clue! Honestly, James, or should I say the Texas Tycoon, is a potential suspect. The pilot was acting pretty suspicious, so she's potential. I guess the gardener, because he does have access to that poison. And there's nobody else has really been acting suspicious. I kind of want to say the Texas Tycoon because he does hate my husband. Or should I say the Baron. So he does have a reason to kill him. As for the gardener, he doesn't really have a reason to kill him. He just has access to the poison. And then the pilot, I mean, I don't know what she is, what her deal is. So I'm gonna say the Texas Tycoon. What in tarnation? You didn't think very much of the Baron, did you? And also you had a motive. Everyone here knows you're secretly flat out broke. True enough. But how will killing the Baron solve that problem? What evidence do you have? None. Well, I didn't think that far ahead. A chilly voice comes from behind you. Actually, I killed the Baron. I did it. I killed him in cold blood. You whirl around. The secretary. I killed him, and I laughed while he writhed and suffered. Laughed, I say. The secretary? But why? The Baron deserved it. He threw me and my mother out onto the street, left us with nothing. He didn't even recognize me when I slipped the poison to his own stepdaughter. Whoa, plot twist. I can't let him live. To have another child deprive me of the inheritance I rightfully deserve. You murdered my husband. I'll never forgive you. Sounds like you had your reasons. What? Okay. Okay, cool. So, this person killed my husband for the right reasons. Like, how does that sound? You did me a favor? What? I thought we loved our husband. I'll never forgive you. You're a monster. We're all monsters. I'm just honest about it. Always, sometimes monsters. Ugh. I love that game. You guys, if any of you have never played Always Sometimes Monsters, you need to. It's on Steam on PC, and it's also on PS4. I don't know if it's on Xbox, because I recently saw that it was on the PlayStation Store. But you guys should check out Always Sometimes Monsters. It is so awesome. And there's a sequel that's coming out, I don't know when, but it's called Sometimes Always Monsters. I think that's what it's called. The secretary reaches to her purse and takes out a novelty water gun. Nothing gets flinched back from her. I may have killed the Baron, but I'm too pretty for jail. Catch me if you can, Sookies! Before anyone can stop her, the secretary escapes through the crowd. The killer may have gone away. That doesn't mean the party's over. Please continue to enjoy our hospitality. Now are 100% murder free. And I guess the wrong person. I lost the real killer. Ayy. No. The guest who left the carnival chatter resumes as people relinquish their murder mystery roles. Retreat to a corner with a glass of punch. After a few moments, Jane joins you. Honestly, I knew I was going to be wrong because I felt like the Texas Tycoon was just too obvious. Because he was just so open about hating the Baron. So I knew that it was just too predictable that he would be the killer. But I didn't know who else would have been. That was a lot of fun. Great work in that plot and those character bios. Thank you. I really like seeing the community come together and use their imaginations to bring the story to life. A mischievous twinkle awakens to Jane's eyes and leads in. Oh, look, we have time to put our imaginations to better use. Would you care to elaborate for me? I'd like to show you how we do things down in Texas. The Baroness has no objection. Well, I've heard you ride plenty of horses in Texas, but I'm afraid I don't have any experience. Why don't you practice on me? I'll be more than willing to. My mind just went to the gutter. I'm sorry. I appreciate it over, but I think I'll stick around a bit more. Make sure everyone's still having a good time. Say no more. I'm happy to help. You and Jane spend the rest of the party together checking out on guests. Eventually, the party winds still. You see the last guest out the door. Thanks for coming, everyone. Be safe out there. Close the door against the chill. You spot Beck in the hallway, her cell phone plastered in her ear. Her face is frozen in shock. What? You can't be serious. What happened with Beck? That was abrupt. What happened with Beck? I found out next show to the Sophomore. I don't know about everybody else, but not gonna lie, I enjoy this. But that's just because I love murder mystery parties. Like, I love the game Clue, and I just love murder mystery parties. So I enjoy this so much. But other people might be all like, murder mystery parties are so typical. This party wasn't that fun. The plot wasn't even interesting. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week for the next chapter of The Sophomore. Stay frosty. Bye bye.